evening and welcome to each of you. All the presentation sisters welcome you here this evening, and we're very, very happy that you were able to join us. And we're delighted to be able to sponsor Business After Hours. November is a very special month for the presentation sisters because on November 21st we celebrate the Feast of the Presentation of Mary, which means, and the story goes that when Mary was 3 years old, she was presented in the temple by her parents, and she danced on the steps with joy at being in the presence of God. And so the presentation sisters, we get our name, and we get our spirit, and we work to have that same spirit of joy as we are in the presence of God and the presence of our brothers and sisters. And so we hope that you see that in us. Since the sisters' early years in Aberdeen, which was in the late 1800s, we have collaborated with businesses of Aberdeen all these years. I have just been sharing some of those stories with some of you, and it is many of you, our longtime friends and partners, assisting us with your wisdom and expertise, merging our missions together for the common good of all here in the Aberdeen area and in this region. And so we thank you for that. We probably wouldn't be here without all of you. While we are here tonight, you might want to take a look at our Heritage Hall, which is right on the other side of this wall. So if you go up the steps and around the corner, you can see Heritage Hall, which details a lot of those years here in this area. As many of you know, the Presentation Sisters have their roots in Cork, Ireland. And our foundress, Nana Nagle, whose vision, courage, and tenacity for justice created really in Ireland a social reversal in education for the poor. And around the room you will find quotes from Nana, maybe you've noticed them, like not words but deeds, spend yourselves for the poor, quotes that we try to emulate and live by. And in 2018, this is another reason we're glad you're here tonight so we can tell you about this. Presentation Sisters worldwide, about 2,500 of us worldwide, will celebrate the 300th anniversary of Nana Nagle's birth. And so don't you think we need to have a lot of parties to celebrate 300 years? Recently, I was at an international meeting of Presentation Sisters in Australia, and it was just so inspiring to hear and see all these presentation women from many different countries, Papua New Guinea, Philippines, all around the world, and all the wonderful ministries that they are doing with and for the poor. And so we, Nana's daughters, and you, our partners, continue her mission of justice justice and joy with and for the poor. And we thank you for that partnership. I also want to thank tonight our co-sponsors, Presentation College, Kivers Carlson, Dental Center, and the South Dakota School for the Blind and Visually Impaired. And we are delighted they're here, and we hope that you've had a chance to visit their booths. We're grateful for your partnership. The Presentation Sisters believe that we do nothing alone. We do all things for the good together. And we thank you for that partnership. And we hope that we will continue in that way into the future. So thank you very much for coming tonight. One more thing I was going to mention, I almost forgot. As you see on your tables, there are lanterns, and I know Presentation College has lanterns on their banners, and this room is called Lantern Hall, and that's because Nanonega was called the Lady of the Lantern. She would go out at night and carry her lantern to take care of the poor and the sick in the streets. And so that is the symbol, the reason why we have lanterns everywhere. Thank you.